6 months on HRT be like. Okay, wait. Got to put my rosary on. Woman of God. That's me. Satire. Hello. It's been a minute. I'm making this video because, as you have seen in the title, I have been on HRT for it took me a second, 6 months. So I'm gonna make a video, I am making a video, talking about my experience. I have a disclaimer, let me read it. This is my completely unqualified, very unserious, anecdotal experience of hormones. I am not an endocrinologist. All of the effects I'm gonna say are my own experience, and everyone's body is different. So basically, I'm just talking about me. I'm not here being like, everyone get hormones now. Some dumbass in like a year is gonna be like, I watched your video on hormones and I got hormones and now you've ruined my life. No, it's not really what I'm trying to do. So I'm gonna talk about my experience, the effects that I have felt, basically. So yeah, it's been about 6 months. I started January 28th, so I'm a couple days late, whatever, sue me. I'm going to start with the obvious, the physical, you know? I feel like that's what everyone, you see it. Physical is obvious, we can get that out of the way. Not that it's insignificant because they're small, but they're getting there. My boobs are growing, my ass is getting fatter, my thighs are getting softer. Like, my skin is like very soft, which is cool. It's something that's sort of crept up on me. I'm like, oh, cute. And also my muscles are getting smaller. Like, I was never super muscular. I was always very skinny, but I had some bicep on me back in the day, but now it's sort of like, yeah, it's becoming a lot less defined, a lot less toned, which is awesome. The best physical thing though, one that completely I had no idea was gonna happen, especially so soon. I don't know, it feels like quite soon. I've noticed that I've started to smell like a girl. Like, my body odor, like when I sweat, it smells less, less manly, obviously, but less like sharp. It's kind of fragrant. I'm kind of like, oh. I don't know if that's like an actual thing or it's just like something that I'm experiencing. Like, I guess it's science. It makes sense maybe, I don't know. But now I'm like, hey, I don't need to wear deodorant. I do wear deodorant though. My hygiene is great. We're not gonna. Anyway, let me talk about my own like mental experiences, things that have changed. Like, you can Google the physical effects of HRT and be like, yeah, you're gonna grow boobs. So it's slightly less like yippy and jolly, but it is still a bit yippy and jolly, a lot yippy and jolly, okay? But the first one is not. My dysphoria has become more pronounced, and whereas I used to be able to just like ignore it, push it down, and honestly, at times, I didn't even realize it was dysphoria. Now it's like, when I do feel dysphoric, it's everything in my head and I want to rip my skin off and all of that. But then also my euphoria has become more pronounced. I have the two extremes for sure, which leads me on to the next thing. I hate my voice. I feel like right now it's kind of okay. Like, it's not terrible, but like it does slip back into like a deep voice a lot. And I guess like where my physical changes have become more pronounced, my voice has lagged behind. That's created this sort of like big difference between the two. Whereas like my physical changes, great, awesome, lovely, love that. But admittedly, I haven't been putting in the work to feminize my voice as fast as my body is changing. So it's become like two extremes basically. Like, I like my body a lot more than I did, but I also hate my voice a lot more than I did. But then again, like, it's my fault, I need to actually put in the hours and actually do my voice training, and then everything will be fine, But right now, I get to whine about it on a camera, which is also awesome. So yeah, my voice, boo, but it'll get there. But anyway, memory. This is a weird one. I've started to notice that my pre-transition, because basically I identified as non-binary from 18 until 20, well, just before I turned 21. I'm about to turn 22, so about 3 years of my life I was non-binary. And the time before that, so like pre-18, pre-being any sort of like genderqueer or whatever, a lot of my memories are fading, which I don't know if that's a thing, or maybe I suddenly have a really bad memory. But every time someone talks about a memory from before I was like 18, it's like really foggy and distant, where it kind of feels like when I see the memory in my head, I'm kind of watching someone else's life as just a bystander. I'm like, oh, that's someone else's life. That's someone else's memory that I'm just watching. Like, I'm watching someone else's life, which I guess is sort of true. Pre-18 years old, I was a different person to who I am now. Groundbreaking, I know. It's as if the memories that I had up until being non-binary are no longer my own, which I'm indifferent towards. Like, every time I think back to like what was a happy memory, I feel no sort of attachment to it. It doesn't feel like my life, you know? I don't know, that's a weird one. I don't know if that's like a common thing, but it's something I'm having, so there's that. Now, an effect that is common that I know about 100% is that I'm a lot more emotional, and I rarely used to cry because I was a big, strong man. But no, I really used to cry, and I cry much easier now. I feel a lot less emotionally congested, I guess is the word. My emotions used to be a sort of just a flat line. Like, I would feel nothing before hormones, and like I would rarely get super happy or sad about anything. You know, I would go through my life with just like an indifference, a numbness to everything. Like, oh, I guess that's fine. Oh, that good thing happened. Sure, okay. But now it feels like I have the emotions of a regular person, which is awesome. You know, I have my extremes, I have ups and downs. Why am I explaining this? You know what emotions are. This is so silly. Like, now that I'm saying it, now that I'm hearing myself say this out loud, I'm just describing normal things. Like, things that cis people just, like, have. Like, okay, yeah, people have a range of emotions, and they cry. Like, why? I don't need to explain this, but if you're trans, like, I feel like this is probably a relatable thing where it's like, wait, I am becoming a person that actually has emotions and is just a regular human, you know? Before I got hormones, before I was like, wait, am I trans? I thought that was just how it was, how I was, and I thought all these things were wrong with me. Like, for so long, I was trying to figure out, what is it?
I only do this party for you. Only do this.
Social things. I guess it sort of comes into mental as well, but like it feels different enough, so let me have it, okay? But my friendships are becoming so much deeper. Like, before, I feel like I would just put up a wall between me and my friends. Love my friends, always have, but I was never really myself. I would be quite distant with people. I mean, what I've written here is I now find it much easier to just be myself, which, yeah, I guess. I hug my friends, I kiss my friends, and like, I don't feel like I have to watch myself the way that I used to, which is awesome. Again, becoming a regular functioning human being is fun. It comes so easy, you know? Whereas before it was like, I don't know, I don't even know what it was before. But I look back and I'm like, brother, just say you love your friend, hug your friend, it's fine, it's not weird. You don't have to be weird about it. Just, like, I don't know. Anyway, a shout out being a human being is really fun. Having regular thoughts and regular feelings and regular relationships. 10 out of 10. I would recommend it, for sure. And also, like, a few months ago, right, I made a video talking about my self-doubt in transitioning. When was that? I think it was like February. So I had just started, and I guess I was sort of freaking out. I don't know. I was talking about, like, am I trans enough? Am I trans enough to consider myself trans and actually transition. And okay, I'm not going to pretend like the doubt doesn't creep in from time to time, because it is such a fundamental life change that I'm still adapting to, you know. I still feel like I'm still growing into myself, right? But I think at the end of the day, like all of the fun, all of the positive changes, all of the happiness, basically, all of these things that I'm talking about can't go unnoticed to confirm that this is the right thing. It's comforting to feel my anxiety and my distress like gradually just disappear about transitioning. It feels like every day I encounter something that confirms to me that, like, yeah, this is right. And I feel like if it wasn't right, I would probably be like in a crisis right now and probably not even talking to you. So yes, that's cool. But I actually forgot the main change of being on HRT. I actually feel happy, you know? It's awesome. And I remember specifically a few months ago, for the first time that I can remember for sure, I felt actually excited about the future. Like, it hit me one time, I was like, wait, this is sick. Like, I can finally imagine myself with some sort of a life in 10 years. And what that life will look like, I don't really know. What I will look like, I don't really know. But I'm excited to find out, and it feels like there's so many possibilities, you know? The world is my oyster, as the people say. But yeah, I feel like I couldn't say that before. I guess again, I just kind of felt nothing. I was like, I guess I'll grow old, you know? And I felt sort of indifferent to it. But now I'm like, I'm gonna grow old, like, sick. But yeah, I don't know, that's all I have to say. That's all I've written down on this topic. 6 months in, man, we're crazy. And it's still such an early stage. This is a long process. You know, I've been seeing pictures of trans women like 5 years in, and wait, if I look anything like them, I'll be good. Trans glow, that's what people talk about. Like, you can see it. That's something I've been noticing. Bonus change. Something I've been noticing in old pictures, there's no light in my eyes. Like, and I didn't see it at the time. I guess I don't know, I thought it was just normal or whatever. But I look back now and I'm like, there's just a deadness. There's a deadness in my eyes. And you know, I've been spending the last 5 weeks in the UK, meeting up with friends, family, etc. And been taking pictures with them. And now I see, like, in my eyes, it's crazy. Like, there's a glow. We're here. We're back. We were never here before, but we're here now. Isn't that great? But I'm gonna say goodbye because I have nothing else to say. I hope you have enjoyed seeing me, talk about this, because I feel excited, and I hope maybe my experiences can prompt some of your own questions for yourself. But yeah, if you have any questions to me as well, because, I don't know, maybe you're questioning your gender right now, and this has come at a perfect time. So yeah, if you have any questions, then comment, of course, and I will respond to everything. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. See you in the next video. And I am gonna go be outside because it's like 28 degrees right now. Gonna be awesome. Anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. Goodbye. Yes, goodbye. And bye again.